kitchen. So before I jump into this week's video tutorial, I just want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you. This week on the Case Bunnies YouTube channel, we hit 200,000 subscribers. That's 200,000 of you, and that just absolutely blows my mind. So I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone who has subscribed to the channel, everyone who watches the videos, likes and leaves a comment. It really does mean so much to me to read your comments and know that you find the videos useful. So for this week's video tutorial, I thought I would do a bit of a celebration cake topper. Now, sometimes if you're having a party, you might buy the giant foil balloons, maybe letters or numbers. So I thought, wouldn't this be fun to make smaller edible versions to add to the top of your cake? So for this week's video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make these really cool mini letters that look like mini foil gold balloons. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the things that we're going to need in order to make our cake topper is, first of all, I've got my modelling paste. So for this one, I've just mixed 50-50 fondant with some floral paste. Now, you can just use normal fondant and just add some Tylose powder, or just buy some modelling paste or gum paste. I just want it to set a little bit firmer than fondant on its own. Now, I would usually use white, but I've just coloured this one in a light grey colour, just so you can see it a little better on camera. Next, I've just got my cookie cutters. So I've got letters and a number set. Now, these ones measure around 2 inches in length and are by PME. Now, if you can't get your hands on some letter or number cutters, you might just want to print out a bold font on a piece of paper, cut those out and use those as templates. I've then got some cocktail sticks just to attach them to my cake, some edible glue, my craft knife, my Dresden tool, or just a tool with a point on the end, some rejuvenating spirit, some different coloured gold luster dust, so an antique gold, a gold sparkle, a royal gold, and also a black tint, my rolling pin, and lastly, I've just got some small sheets of cling film or plastic wrap. Now, you can put any lettering on your cake, so maybe numbers, or you could spell out the words, so maybe 1, 2, or 3. You could also put hooray or party, but for this cake, I'm just going to spell out yay, so Y-A-Y. So I've just got my Y and my A cutters. By taking some of my modelling paste, roll this out until it's just under 1 centimetre in thickness. I'm then going to take a piece of my cling film and just place that over the top. Now, what this is going to do is when I cut out my letters, it's going to push it down and give me nice rounded edges on the top. I can then flip over my letter and just neaten up that back edge. Now, I'm going to add an extra bit of modelling paste just around the edge, just to give us the trim that a balloon would have. Take a really small ball of that modelling paste and just roll it out into a really thin sausage. Now, we want enough of this to go all the way around the edge. So this is around 1 millimetre in thickness. Take a really small paintbrush and my edible glue, just pop a thin line all the way around the edge. You then want to stick down that modelling paste that we've rolled out all the way around the edge. If you're using a number or a letter that has a hole in the middle, you want to go in the inside of those also. Now, we want to look like our balloons have been blown up. And the thing that tends to happen with the foil balloons, especially the number balloons, is the air can't always get into all of the gaps and inflate it so it's 100% smooth. So you get these ridges on the outside and just in different areas of the balloon. So I'm going to take my Dresden tool and I'm going to go around the edge, just pushing in that modelling paste, bringing the Dresden tool up onto the letter itself. So we're creating a kind of cushion effect. Now, where you've got these scallops, I'm just going to go in and on some of those, just push those down, just pushing my Dresden tool in a few times just to make it look like ruffled foil. You can then work on the top. So where we've got these indents coming in, I just want to make some of those slightly deeper. Now, it tends to be where you've got curves or corners that the air might not get in 100%. So I'm just going to take my Dresden tool and just push it into that. I'm then going to go in and just create some small lines just running down the side of our balloon. Again, just to look like small ruffles as it's being filled. Now, usually on these balloons, you get an area where you can attach them with string. So I'm just gonna take a really tiny piece of modeling paste, just roll that out into a sausage and flatten that down. I can then cut that into 2 pieces. And using my Dresden tool again, I'm just gonna put a hole in each one. I can then attach these to the bottom of my balloon, just again with some edible glue, and just have those coming from the bottom. Now I'm just taking one of my cocktail sticks and I'm gonna carefully push that up the center of my letter. I can then pop this to one side just to dry slightly while I make the rest of my letters. Now, the next letter I'm going to work on is the A, so I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Now, you can always look online and just put in foil letter balloons just to see how they blow up. So once you've got all your letters, I'm just gonna add some color. Now I'm gonna be making these look like they're made of gold foil. First of all, I've just got some royal gold luster dust, and this is gonna be the main color. I've then got some gold sparkle, which is slightly lighter, and also an antique gold, which is slightly darker. And I'm gonna combine this with a small amount of black. Now to start, I'm just going to take some rejuvenating spirit. Now this one is just by Sugar Flare, and this is going to turn my luster dust into a gold paint. I can then paint this all over my cake toppers on the front and on the back. Now you can just leave your cake topper just with the one color of gold, but I just want to add a few different shades just to make it look like it's being caught by the light. So first of all, I've got the antique gold. Now I'm going to go into my letter and just add this onto the side. Now the great thing about using the rejuvenating spirit is once it dries, it just turn back into a dust, which is great when you just want to blend the colors together. I'm then going to add some of my rejuvenating spirit to my gold sparkle, which is a lighter gold, and just run this down the center. So there we have our metallic balloon, and as you can see, we've got these darker shades just on the edge, and you've got this lighter shade of gold through the center. So it just really starts to look like a mini foil balloon. So I'm going to go ahead and do exactly the same to all of my other letters by adding some of this darker shade and just blending that in. It really picks out some of those dents that we created with our Dresden tool and really gives it a three-dimensional appearance. So once they've all been painted in the 3 different shades of gold, they're now ready to add onto our cake. So I've just got a 6-inch round cake, which I've just covered in some white fondant, and I'm going to add my cake toppers into the top. Now with my cocktail sticks, you may notice that they look a little bit whiter than the normal wooden cocktail sticks, and I've just painted these with some white food gel just so they don't stand out as much and the focus is all on the letters. So here we have the finished cake topper, which has been made to look like mini foil balloons on the top of my cake. Now my one is just spelling out the word yay, which would be perfect for a party. I really hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial and will enjoy making your own variation of this cake topper. If you have enjoyed the video, as always, don't forget to give it a like. And again, I just want to thank so many of you for subscribing to the YouTube channel and for watching the videos. So until next time, bye!